And hello, welcome back to another Onyx Dude video. We're back again doing more online interviews with Undernight players. Today we have.
Boltstruck, straight from his hot black boy room.
Yeah, it's extremely hot outside. It's 82 degrees in my room right now. it's it's burning up right now, but despite the heat, I hope you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. In our fake Canadian units, it's 30, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to convert that, but it's pretty all right. It's been worse for like the past week, but we're making moves. We're fine.
All right. Well, as long as we're doing all right, that's what matters here. So, to start things off, I want to ask you, how long have you been playing fighting games?
I have to say, Uni was my first real fighting game. Before that, I played not really that many like real fighting games. I played like Dragon Ball Kai Ultimate Butoden on the DS. That game's online was not functional. I don't think it came out on like NA for real. Uh, I always kind of kept up with Smash from when I was like middle school. You know, I watched tourneys. I always thought, hey, maybe one day I'll wanna like play this more. Some of my friends were into it. We'd like watch the big tourneys back then, you know, like the Evos, the Apexes. But my first real fighting game was Uni. I remember I got it after Evo in 2019. Not exactly related to Evo happening for Uni. I did go back and I was watching it just because Evo was big tourney, so, you know, you have it on. But what really got me into like buy Uni, I didn't have a Switch at the time. Smash 4 was dying, and I was like, I want a game that I can just boot up and then mash on. And so the initial idea was, oh, I really like the music in Under Night. Let me give it a try. It's probably not too bad. And so I got Uni when it was on the Evo sale, or I guess the post Evo sale in 2019. And then I booted up Yuzu and couldn't do combos for a couple months. But I had a great time learning though. The music kept me in it. The combos and talking about it kept me in it. It was fun.
That's cool. Yeah, I know a lot of people kind of like saw like at Evo and they were like, oh wow, what's this game? So that's kind of cool. I mean, that's interesting. I think you're the first person on the show so far who, you know, they kind of mentioned that Uni was like the first real fighting game that they played. Like everyone else comes from like a bunch of other backgrounds, but that's actually kind of interesting. I kind of figured you had played, you know, something else, coming from something else, maybe I guess Persona. Before we joined this call, I guess Persona, but
no, I actually haven't played Persona. I've watched some when it's like run at events that I'm at, but me myself, I haven't played P4A. Actually haven't played the JRPGs either, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, well.
They're on the backlog list.
Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah. So you kind of did answer one of the questions I wanted to ask, which was who did you try first? So you tried Yuzu, but can you tell the people who do you play now?
I play Nanase now. It took a while to get to her, and I didn't actually plan on really maining her. I'll kind of go through my thought process on the first couple characters I learned. Initially, I learned Yuzu. I thought she was really cool. I had a pretty fun time. Her combos were, you know, mentally stimulating. She had a very oppressive game plan. Yuzu ST4B was broken. Half the characters couldn't do anything about her back then. But after playing her for a couple months, I just wanted to kind of learn what the rest of the cast could do. Because, you know, I'd been spending like 3 months attempting to do 4-1. I finally got it. I was able to hit a couple combos in matches. And so my first sub, or I guess the first character I learned after Yuzu, was actually Lene. And that was because I watched NYCZ Brandon playing back in an LP way back. And I said, wow, this character looks really fun. So
that's
yeah, Lene was my first sub. My Lene wasn't that great, but you know, I wasn't that great at the game back then. It was good enough to like boot up and not be throwing or anything, but would I be winning? Probably not. After that, before Nanase still, I picked up Mika. I'd say my Mika was pretty alright, better than my Lene was. then I had a little bit of I guess a search for characters. I wasn't planning on dropping Yuzu at any point, but just so that I could, figure out what other characters did, if they had any weaknesses in their game plan that I felt, or anything like that. And just because back in the day I started out on PSN, people would just kind of boot up and play a lot of the time. And so I had an Akatsuki back in the day, a Merkava, a Lond, all the great net play characters. And then what finally got me onto Nanase was because it was a conversation that me and a player called Attack the Joker, I don't think he plays Under Night too much anymore.
Oh, that name takes me back.
We used to play all the time. That we were talking about the differences between NA and Japanese uni and how their kind of tier lists are different. And one kind of glaring difference at the time, this would have been mid-COVID, maybe 2020, early 2021 at like earliest, or at latest, I guess. But we didn't really have too many active Nanaseis at the time here, or at least ones that were winning tournaments. But Japan, they had Hishigata, and we couldn't figure out why. We were both relatively new at the game. And so that just started our journey of grinding Nanase together and kind of sharing tech. And from there, I really liked being able to move around the screen compared to Yuzu, who's like, her walk's good, but her dash startup isn't the fastest. I tried dash blocking and I loved it. And from there, it was history.
Oh, that's a very tenured history. That's a lot of characters you were kind of playing. I'm surprised the Merkava was on the list, but you guys said like net play, like back in the delay base era.
Yeah, back in the net play days, we used to boot up and then just dive kick at each other.
Oh yeah. So do you have any secondaries that you would like play?
I would say right now my main secondary would be Uzuki, who I've been playing for I guess about a year and a half-ish now. I started picking her up before Climax 2024. I didn't play her at all there. I think in casuals maybe once or twice. But at the time, when she came out, I did not have really any interest in her. We had a day 2 tournament at a local that I was at. I think I lost to Revert and I got maybe 4th or something. And I remember vividly after that tournament that Revert won, and he said, "I think this character is awful." And I actually agreed at that point. But fast forward a little bit, and I was basically just on solo Nanase. And in Uni 2, I would say Nanase's only real problematic matchup to me is Waldstein. And so I thought, maybe I should try another character, see how it is, see if it's really the tools or I just need to get better at this matchup. And that's what led me to playing Uzuki, and it felt much easier to play into Wald on her, but it just in general felt like she was running a much different game plan where if, say, my Nanase wasn't working, then I could pull her out and change the pace of the match quite a bit.
Okay, I mean, I think a lot of us do, well, for those of us that were there, I think we all were kind of like, we kind of turned our nose up on Yuzuki. We kind of tried her and we were like, I know her Defiant saying she was really, really bad. Probably the worst character in the game. Behind, like somehow behind Chaos. Which was crazy.
Yeah, I won't lie, I don't think she's like the strongest character, but I think that she has her spots where she does well in, and knowing that I'm not gonna drop Nanase, that works for me to just be a counterpick character that I pick if I think that I see something that she can kind of expose in the other person.
Yeah, I think that's pretty smart. I mean, I can imagine Nanase having those like struggles, like you said, with like Walt. So, try different characters, try to see like what sticks. Definitely does help.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of mentioned it with locals. Can you talk a little bit about your local scene?
Yeah, I've had a couple since I started Under Night. Like I was saying, I picked up the game in 2019, and basically immediately after I was able to do combos, COVID happened. So there were no events for a while up in Canada. And I don't think I got to go to my first local until I moved away from where I was originally from, Ottawa. I moved to do a master's degree in Waterloo. And my first locals there would have had people like Smart Steer. It was in the shadow over here, and Psychotic Joe having already left the school. And they were fun locals, I gotta say. There were a lot of different games being played. There was always me and Smart Steer playing Under Night in the corner. We had a couple other Under Night players come through during that time. Free Game No Complain. He's a pretty good Kuon player. Also, I guess he's playing Ogre right now as well. Francie, I think top 3 in Gundam and Frosties before or something. He plays Chaos and Seth now. And we had a guy named Deku. He was a pretty solid Mika player as well, though he's never really got to play on streams or anything. He was very just locals and very occasionally entering something.
Okay, so I had suspicion if it was the Waterloo local. I didn't know about it. Like you said with Rick here and Psychotic. But did you have like any other locals up in that area, or was it just the school in Waterloo?
The locals themselves in Waterloo was just that, but the proximity of Waterloo to Toronto is probably less than 2 hours away, more like an hour and a half. So I'd used to go to the Toronto monthlies and the events there every now and then. And there I got to play with, there would just be a lot of talent coming over. Toronto's quite a big city and a pretty big reach of the places around there too. So whenever there would be a monthly there, a lot of the FB people would pull up. So Rakir used to still be in the area at that time. People like Garm and Revert, Axel. And the level of play has only gotten better in Toronto as the time's gone on, and all of East Canada, honestly. So I think it was really good for my development as a player to have people that strong to kind of be close and or have access to playing them both in tournament and in locals. And then everyone there was great. We always went to karaoke after brackets as well. It was a good time.
Oh man, I'm a little jealous going to karaoke after locals. That sounds like fun. So you were kind of talking about, having the importance of the local scene, the really strong players. Did you have like a training partner from your region, or maybe did you find one like online at all, or?
Oh, I have to say, training partners would kind of come and went. Nothing formal, like where I kind of committed to grinding with someone all the time. While I was in Waterloo, it just happened that Smart Steer was there, so we ended up playing very often. And again, whenever I went to one of the monthlies or one of the kind of regionals in Toronto, I'd probably end up having to play Garm or Revert or Rakir or one of the other players there as well. And for a while, I was definitely not competitive or like the type of player that you might expect to win, but definitely by the time that I moved away, then I was. And just to kind of move on in the chronology, after I finished my master's, I moved back to Ottawa, and at locals there, we had people like Corey and Jack Oat. And definitely when I first moved here, I was the best player in Ottawa. Right now, I can almost assuredly say I am not. But the level of play there, I was thinking that maybe I'll have an easy time. I won't have like as much competition to have to worry about. Maybe it'll be bad for me like skill-wise as like a player developing. But Corey really picked it up after I got there. I haven't seen someone get better like that quickly. And Jack's also gotten much better since I first moved back to Ottawa and had locals with them. So I wouldn't say that they're really my rivals because I don't play them that often, I want to say. I play them often enough, but I'm kind of off doing my own thing. They're off doing their own thing, and then we come together and we see how we're doing. Whenever we're at an event, I want to beat everyone. So in that sense, they are. But I wouldn't say I have a formal rival.
Okay. So having the watching in real time all the people around you get better and better, pushing you to get better. That definitely sounds pretty nice. Can't really feel too bad about seeing people get better. Pushes you to get better. right? So,
It definitely suppresses your will to be lazy about the game.
oh yeah, yeah, you can fall into that trap really really easily.
Mhm.
So can you tell me a little bit about you were kind of talking about like the music and the stuff you liked about the game. Is there like anything particularly special? Maybe you want to talk a little bit more about the music, or maybe there's something else that kind of has you, kind of keep playing the game, keep talking to the scene.
Honestly, music is it's been consistent. It's been consistently good. I like the new themes, but not as much as some of the old themes, like the old Byakuya theme, the old Elton theme. I wouldn't say that the new soundtrack's a step above or below. It's just kind of more of Raito's style, or especially his modern style. I think his music now is a little bit different than what he used to do for Uni One and for back in the day. But what keeps me playing Uni now? It's definitely the people that play Uni, and just the locals that are around. I'm a pretty active, I guess, yapper in East Canada French bread right these days. And the community around Undernight here, they're very interesting people. It's always fun to like do even non-uni things with them. Like I was saying, karaoke. We play Mario Party as well occasionally, and whatever games that we can. And then when we come together, it's always a party. It's always a good time. So I'm gonna say the people for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, always interesting kind of seeing y'all kind of interact with each other outside of the Canada scene. I was in that server for like a week. It seemed like the vibes were almost the same, like how y'all talk to each other outside of the that Discord were almost the same. But it's very interesting how like tight knit that scene up there is. So it's always kind of nice like observing that.
It's nice. It's anyone can really come in there and yap to anyone else. Not everyone's super active in there all the time. I don't remember the last time I saw Revert say anything, but he's around, and if you add him, he'll usually come and maybe play games with you. So,
okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I think a lot of people, if they've been paying attention to the Boston Blue Beat tweets, you're almost always in top 8. I actually can't think of any that you haven't top 8'd. Can you talk a little bit about your runs in these online brackets? Like how you feel about these?
yeah, I feel like online's always been kind of a good assessment of how people are playing the game now. Because, boy, let me tell you, people have gotten crazy in Uni 2. But I enter quite a few of online things just because I feel like I have time, and I feel like it's kind of a service to non-estate players to make VODs that they can comb over later if they feel like it. But I have to shout out all the online tourneys that we've had since Uni 2 started. We have the WAS that have happened, BBBOs on every Wednesday still. There were a couple of PlayStation ones that people pulled up for, I think run by Run in Hands. And obviously the Aegis League was a lot of fun as well. But I've entered pretty much throughout Uni's, or throughout the lifespan of when I've had good internet. That's because I think it's fun just playing people. Sometimes I definitely have come home and think, oh man, I don't think I want to play that much. But attorney is only first to 2s, so it's a lot easier. You get big breaks in between.
Yeah, I didn't realize like how many terms we kind of had going in, because you started naming like Aegis League, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about Aegis League.
Yeah, Uni 2 popped off at the start. We've kind of settled down now, but there's still consistent tourneys going on. There's still places that you can go and play whoever shows up. Well, all over NA.
Yeah, thinking about it now, I almost felt like almost every day of the week there was like a tournament, right? I think Aegis Tuesday?
I think it was a Monday.
Okay. It was like Monday. I think there was something on Tuesday. I can't remember. Boston was obviously Wednesday. And I know Saturday, every once in a while they would run TNS. And I think WAS did runs on Sundays, so that's a lot. That's a lot of undernight to be playing, right? A lot of competition that can kind of go out.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities to lose to BB and Defi.
you put up a good fight, so and, you know,
Yeah,
you'd
yeah, I
be
fight
surprised.
myself. You know, I'm able to hold my own.
So do you have any other goals that you want to achieve? Anything beyond, you know, just the online brackets?
Uh, I always want to win the regionals I attend. I'm going to UMAT probably in August. That's the I think we're at like about 70 entrants right now. There's still a month or 2 months ish left for people to enter. It's looking like it'll be a pretty big stack bracket. And at some point, I have to go to more majors, dude. I'm
Yeah.
sure that some people have complained to me, say, "Oh, you've only been to the Climax 2024," and I had a great time there too. But since then, I haven't been able to make it out to anything else, and there's definitely been times where I've been like watching, like say last Evo, I got to see Reaper get his first top 8 at a or second top 8 at a major even. He top 8 at CB. But Corey also was top 8'd, and I think, wow, I could do that. I gotta just go. But it's been hard scheduling something between school and my job now. So I'd hope in like the next year or so I can at least go to one. And when I make it out, I'm definitely trying to win. At the very least, top 8.
I think
I
you
think
definitely top 8.
Mhm. I remember when I was at that Climax 24 Climax or Con 6, I felt quite comfortable, though I think I had a hard bracket for myself. I lost in winners to Red Blade, and I think Red Blade's a very good player into the Nanase matchup. Usually I consider myself one of the better Nanases into Wagner. He had me looking like I don't know how to play the game.
Yeah.
But I ended up in 33rd. I lost to Grey Fade in a relatively close set in losers.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was he? Did he play in the mirror? He plays Nansei too, right?
He didn't. He played Elton at that time.
Oh, right. He does play. Yeah, I remember now. He does play Elnum. Yeah, like Elnum Wagner. I think that's who he plays now.
Yeah, that
Something
was
like-
his Uni 2 split. He's one of the people that really did not like the Nanase changes going into Uni 2. So he did some searching for other characters, other mains.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, obviously that didn't really seem to affect you. Those changes. I almost forgotten.
Mhm.
Quite a lot of people were not very upset about that. Well, I'm sorry, they
Yeah,
were very
they
upset
were-
rather.
They were significant to certain playstyles, but new things that she got is oh boy, let me tell you about 214B. That move's kinda free now.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
throw it out and then you dive, and if they don't shield or DP you, then you just get out for free. But yeah, she lost a lot of spacing traps with A sword car, since that's just more minus now by a couple frames, enough to make it more punishable. And she lost distance on her air fireball, the uncharged A fireball,
Oh, okay.
and that messed with a couple setups, as well as it hurt her neutral a decent amount. Especially before we were able to kind of find things to make up for it. So I can't really fault him for wanting to try out other characters at that time. But I think that Nanase was probably at her best point ever as a Uni character early on in Uni 2.
Yeah, I definitely remember. Quite a lot of people were complaining. I didn't think it was as bad, but I guess that's because I play Merkava. I still think Merkava, Nansei is still relatively even, or at least Merkava can deal with her very well. But I can see a couple other characters being like, "Man, this is super annoying."
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. So this is a rather interesting question, I think, because I don't think I've ever seen you really kind of complain about like matchups. I haven't heard you say anything yet. I'm not going to ask you about what matchups you don't like, but I want to ask: is there like a particularly favorite matchup that you just love playing?
I really enjoy playing against Yuzu. I feel like that's probably like an odd answer. People usually don't like playing against Yuzu, but maybe it's because that was the first character I ever picked up, and I don't really play her myself nowadays. But just playing into Yuzu players of all skill levels, I find it fun to pick apart how they're trying to play. Like things like their zoning patterns, where they like to teleport, and things like that. It makes it feel pretty rewarding when you're able to punish them with a character that's not too favored into that matchup. But I find the Yuzu matchup a lot of fun. I've always had a great time grinding with like Rurik and Trock and all the other Yuzus.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I often hear that a lot. You know, they'll always say, oh, they'll say, oh, this may sound weird, and they say this character, and they say, well, I used to play them, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not too weird to me, right? Like if I stop playing Merkaba, I would probably say I still like fighting Merkaba because I know how to play him, so I know all the things to do to look out for.
Yeah, that's true. You can get excited about the things that your opponent's doing.
Yeah, yeah, it's always fun. So we're kind of coming up here to the end of the interview. But is there anyone or any group of people you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, sure. There's whenever you shout people out, there's always someone that you omit. So let me start off with a couple of the Discord servers I'm active in. First up, East Canada French Bread. All the day ones in there. All the day 53s in there too. Trock server as well. We've been in there forever. A lot of the people that helped me start out as a uni player are still active in there. I especially want to shout out the Turtle Hole where me and Alligator Stone just post the best things that we can find on the internet. Luffle's Discord as well has also been quite active. And then finally, let me shout out Nanase channel. I want to say it's the least unbearable channel in Unicord. Everyone there's normal, and they're there to lab. And I guess finally, a shout out to all of my locals and regional and everyone in my region. I love coming out and seeing you guys. I hope that I can do so soon again.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Boltstruck. It was a very, very pleasurable time talking to you. And I'd like to thank everyone for watching and listening to the video. We'll have more videos coming out soon. But until then, I'll see you in the next one.
All right. Thanks for having me.